everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Whisky Wednesday. Another new release for you this week. We are chatting about the Ardbeg Anoa. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, I'm just being very phonetic. What is the Ardbeg Anoa? It is the first whiskey in 10 years that Ardbeg have released, which is part of their standard lineup. So the last one was the Corrie of Wrekin, and this is its next one in the line. So comes in at around £49, so it's meant to be a little bit more or about the same as the Ardbeg 10 in terms of price. It's 46.6%, and it is a combination of virgin oak, or I should say virgin charred oak, first fill bourbon, and Pedro Ximinez sherry. So a lot of sweetness going on to counteract the typical kind of Ardbeg smokiness that you would expect. That's kind of it for the descriptors. Pretty simple, pretty to the point. So we'll just crack on with smelling it. With all those big casks providing loads of big flavour to an already big style, we're getting a lot of very contrasting smells. So it does smell quite spirity. I don't expect this to be very old. Peated whiskey works at its best when it's young if you like it really smoky. So this does smell quite spirity, but I quite enjoy that. And underneath of that you've got kind of like an aniseed, kind of licorice smell going on. A little bit of chocolate, obviously quite a lot of smoke. It's not really dominant, it's not really powerful, it's quite balanced. You just think of like Ardbeg 10 and Uigeadail, they're really powerful presents, especially the Uigeadail, it's really sweet and really smoky. This one's quite subtle. There's elements of lemon and lime, but I always get that with young Islay whiskey. There's always loads of fresh citrus. A little bit of chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. It's getting in that kind of sweeter territory. And then that kind of classic seaweedy salt kind of smell. So it's a little bit sweeter than you expect, but with virgin oak, first fill bourbon and PX sherry, you should expect a fair bit of sweetness. Let's taste it. It is pretty sweet. You always get the conversation with people when you start talking about whiskey about, you mentioned the word peat and some people genuinely like freeze in fear about it because they tried Lefroy once and it was like the first whiskey they ever tried. There should be more educational processes when it comes to letting people try the first whiskey. Just because you like Lefroy doesn't mean someone else does. Anyway, this is an Ardbeg review. Initially it's really sweet. It's like caramel, toffee, brown sugar sweet. Really covers your tongue. It reminds me of like a treacle. Then towards the back of that, it kind of transitions from sweet into slightly earthy and savoury, and then it gets quite dry towards the end. So the transition to that earthy savoury style, it gets quite nutty, and I imagine that's more likely to be from the PX stuff. So like almonds, macadamia, maybe a little bit of peanut as well. Yeah, absolutely. Toffee, fudge and caramel into kind of like nutty, oily textures. And then as it begins to go down, the typical kind of classic Ardbeg dryness appears. That little bit of salt and just waves of kind of gentle smoke kind of filling around your mouth. It's really nice. As you would expect. You remember the last time you tried an Ardbeg that didn't hit all the spots properly? I can't. The last one we reviewed was the Kelpie, and I gave that quite a high score. I believe I gave it a 9. I think I gave it a pretty high score, and I stand by that score because it was really nice. This is very affordable. It has the full plethora of taste range. If you're an old school die-hard Ardbeg fan, it might not be for you. If you only like the smoke and that's it, I'd say give it a go. The sweetness is something you should expect with American oak and sherry casks. It is a bit spirity too, as we mentioned, but I still, again, I think that's quite a good thing. If you like it smoky, you inherently like it quite spirity. It's got to be young to be at its smokiest. Apart from Lagavulin, I don't know how they do that. I think a solid 8. I bought this bottle like the week it came out because I knew you guys wanted to hear about it, and got through a decent chunk of it so far with me and a couple of good friends, and I think I would actually buy that over the 10. There's nothing wrong with the 10, but I just think this does a few more things for me. It's a little bit more complex, it's got a little bit more going on, or it might just be because I'm used to drinking the 10. It's become something I'm like desensitized to. Yeah, I think that deserves a solid 8 out of 10. It's not going to win any mad awards or anything, but it's just a really, really good quality Ardbeg. So well done, Ardbeg. Tasty. So thank you all for watching. I'm Phil. This is the Whisky Jar. This is Ardbeg and Noah. Solid 8 out of 10. And again, if you have any thoughts, feedback, do leave it below. And thank you very much for watching. Cheers.